Hi, I'm Bill Woodard, and I want to welcome you to the October edition of the Smith County Chamber Corner. We are here at the Carthage Pavilion, and it is a wonderful place to be. I really love this room that we're sitting in. Very comfortable here, but we don't usually get that. Anyway, Rachel, tell them who you are and who you with.
My name is Rachel Petty. I am the 4-H agent at the UT Extension office in Smith County.
Okay, and I know a lot of good stuff about 4-H that's going on, so why don't you just kind of head down some of that trail?
Absolutely. So our biggest piece of news that we have at the Extension office is that as of October 16th, I will have a new coworker in the office. So we are going to hire another full-time 4-H agent, Miss Susanna Klaus from Putnam County. We are really excited to have her on board. So we will have 2 full-time 4-H agents in our office, and that'll just allow us to offer that much more programming. We've really had a lot of growth over the past few years, a lot thanks to Miss Katie Martin, who was the 4-H agent before. She put a lot of time and effort into our program. She's the county director now. Really excited to have her ag agent, county director. She's thriving in that role. And of course, I've been the 4-H agent for the past year, and we've kind of grown the program, I feel like, to its capacity for just me. So I'm really excited to have Susanna on board, be able to offer some new programs, expand what we've currently got going on. We meet about 1,000 young people every year in Smith County through the 4-H program. So really excited to have her with us and excited for the future of 4-H.
Okay, and maybe we need to explain, probably every time that we interview, it's open to not only just kids in the school system, but also homeschool and other kids in the county. Is that right?
Absolutely. So we meet with all of the 4th through 6th grade students who are enrolled in public school in Smith County, most of the 7th and 8th graders as well. And we do have a very large homeschool group that meets once a month at the Smith County Ag Center. So open to all students 4th through 12th grade. We have a group of high schoolers that come back and do some of those after school activities. Got a couple like Gabe Harville that is really involved at our local level all the way up to the state level. So the kids that stick with it and really get involved can do great things. They can get college scholarships, and we're really focused on building those life skills that they'll use in the future.
Well, now, high school kids, are they still in 4-H?
Yes, so they can be. We don't meet in the high schools with our 4-H clubs, but high schoolers can come back and participate voluntarily. And we have a pretty big group of homeschool high school students that do 4-H with us here.
Okay, and I know Gabe is, he's either a junior or senior.
He's a senior this year.
Yeah, but he's still involved in the program, and I know he's won several awards. So,
yes.
Good job, Gabe. He's on task, no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Any programs that you want to mention that are happening right now that maybe people should be aware of?
So we've got our 4-H Awards Banquet coming up. That's one of our biggest events of the year. It's coming up on November 7th. We invite all of our community supporters, all of our most involved 4-Hers. We sent about 85 invitations to our young people, and then, of course, our handful of supporters. The local Smith County Farm Bureau always sponsors that event for us. So really glad to have their support and their sponsorship. That is always a great evening. It's one of my favorite events that we do, where we get all of our young people together, really celebrate all the things that they have accomplished over the past school year and all the things that make 4-H great.
Okay, well, so glad you came by. We don't want to miss anything. You got anything else you want to highlight?
Of course, we are always at the Extension office, open, ready to see you for the 4-H program, as well as agriculture and family and consumer sciences. If we can ever help you out, give us a call, 615-735-2900.
Okay, and you're at your new office address.
Absolutely, yes. So we are at 67 Cookeville Highway, right down the road from the co-op. A lot of people know where that is. Makes it convenient for our farmers that stop by, of course, right across from the Citizens Bank location in South Carthage and Moonstone Spa.
Okay, so you guys got a new office and you're ready to roll.
We are.
Well, speaking of people that have made success, we'd like to go to our young man that does In the Wild. So if you want to introduce, what is his name? Mr.?
Absolutely. Mr. Gabe Harville, one of our all-star 4-Hers. So proud of him. He does an awesome program every month with In the Wild that is directly related to his 4-H project, the Forestry, Wildlife, and Fisheries Project. He won that competition at 4-H Roundup this past year, in part to his work that he does on In the Wild. So always a good segment. Take it away, Gabe.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. In today's episode, Rosie and I are visiting the Fetid Creek Campground. Many of y'all are familiar with this campground as we've been here before to film some In the Wild segments. However, since it's this campground's 50th anniversary, I thought I might go into a little bit more detail about the park and what you can find here. Before we discuss the park, we must first discuss its origins, and that begins with Cordell Hull Dam and Reservoir. On May 18, 1963, President John F. Kennedy pressed a button at Vanderbilt University to ceremonially set off the first blast of dynamite at the construction site. After 10 years, the dam was dedicated on October 13, 1973. There was even a performance by Dolly Parton. The dam was built by the United States Army Corps of Engineers for navigation, hydroelectric power generation, and recreation. And the reservoir it created encompasses roughly 72 miles of the Cumberland River system. If your time to stay at the park is limited, you can enjoy one of the various walking trails this park provides. If you wish to extend your stay, though, you can move into the campground. The Fetid Creek Campground has over 155 spacious campsites that allow people traveling through the Upper Cumberland to take a break from their daily activities and enjoy their camping experience. If you need fishing supplies or want to enjoy a good meal with your family during your camping trip, come visit the Creek View Cafe and the Fetid Creek Marina. Roughly 6.5 miles long, the Bearwaller Gap Trail begins at the reservoir overlook, affectionately called the Mushroom. It then meanders its way over ridges, by bluffs, and down by the lake to end up at the Fetid Creek Campground. As you wind your way through the maple, oak, hickory, and beech forests, be sure to keep an eye out for the various rock formations and vistas that can be found on the trail. Cordell Hull Lake is a prime destination for fishermen in Smith County. 3 of the lake's access points and boat ramps are found within the campground itself. Encompassing about 12,000 acres and with 381 miles of shoreline, there are various opportunities to catch fish at Cordell Hull Lake. Many species call the reservoir home, but those commonly caught include white bass, striped bass, largemouth bass, catfish, shad, crappie, walleye, and sauger. Wildlife is abundant in and around the lake. Over 60 species of birds call the area within the vicinity of the reservoir home, and if you're lucky, you might be able to see a beaver or a river otter at the water's edge, or a bobcat or deer running through the woods. And as you can see from these pictures and videos, people aren't the only ones who enjoy the luxuries of campground living. With the 2024 camping season winding down, now is a great time to consider booking a future camping trip for your family and enjoying all the Fetid Creek Campground has to offer. I'm Gabe Harville, and until next time, I hope to see you in the wild.
Okay, it's a privilege to have folks from the community stop by, and Beth has come by here, and she's going to introduce herself in a second, and she's going to talk about a program that really touches a lot of folks' hearts, and we get a lot of support around here. So, Beth, tell them who you are and who you're with, and then why you're here.
Sure. My name is Beth Davis. I work for the Smith County Sheriff's Office. I'm the jail administrator there, and also oversee the Smith County Sheriff's Office Santa Shoppers program.
Okay, and Santa Shoppers, we've been doing that. How many years now?
We've been doing that since 2014, so
Okay.
this will be our 11th event.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Now, I remember the first one, and I presume you still do this. You had all the kids up at the jail complex up there, and then they got them in cars and took them down to Walmart, and they were thrilled about riding in a police car and all that.
Yes, we do still do that, but we had to move. We've outgrown the jail facility, so we've actually moved to the Ag Center. So we'll be at the Ag Center again this year.
Oh, okay. So, but you're still
But
doing
we still
the
do
trips.
the parade of cars, and we have a pizza party and have some refreshments for the kids before we go shopping.
Okay, now who is targeted in this? It's what group?
Sure. We take student age kids up to the age of 15. We put out applications for parents to apply. We're starting those applications in November. We will send those to the school and also post it on social media pages if anyone needs help in the community. So it's from age 0 to 15 years old. They can come and apply. The parents can apply for assistance.
Okay, and that's anybody in Smith County?
Anybody in Smith County.
Okay, and as you heard, the applications, you send them to the schools, and I'm sure they could come by the sheriff's office too.
Yes. We'll have those available. We'll have an in-person interview starting, I think it's November the 14th, but we'll put those dates out as soon as we confirm those. So we'll do 3 nights of registration.
Okay, now I don't necessarily want you to remember a specific number, but roughly how many kids do you help every year? That's wonderful.
We're really excited.
Well, and I know the community is excited about it because we have the privilege of collecting the donations and keeping up with that for you. And the community really supports that. We've already got donations. Today I took a check. I was on the phone and the guy come in and handed me a check for Santa Shoppers. So,
Yes,
it's actually happening right now.
Yes, sir. We rely heavily on donations from the community. We do receive 3 grants through the community. And also this year, Hometown Christmas Village, which I think you'll hear some about shortly, they're going to sponsor our event this year. We're very grateful for that. But we couldn't do it without the community support and donations.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. It is a team effort. There's
Yes,
no
sir.
doubt about that. Well, you guys do a great job. And what I love about it is it gets these kids to see police officers in a light that maybe sometimes they wouldn't get to see them because they're having fun, they're laughing and talking with them, and they get to find out that they're actually pretty nice and pretty good people.
Absolutely. And that's what we strive to do. We're wanting this to be like a mentorship for these kids. And so they see the officers in a different light. And we've had kids even go through the program that has come back in years past that come back and help us. And so it's such a blessing to see the relationship they build with the officers on this night.
Well, and if you get a positive picture of what a police officer is, it might become a career choice for you someday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful thing. Well, Beth, is there anything, is there a phone number or something that you want to leave or any address, or just they go to the schools and get the application?
The applications will be available at the school and also the sheriff's office. Donations can be made at the Chamber of Commerce, or you can bring them by the sheriff's office and we'll bring them to you at the Chamber of Commerce. But like I said, 100% of our shopping experience is community support. So we just really encourage you to support this program.
Okay, and I can assure you 100% of the funds go to the kids. And that's a wonderful thing, too. Not a lot of programs, that can happen, and that happens with this program. Well, Beth, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Okay, we're still here at the pavilion, and, we got a lot of good folks coming in, and you guys got an exciting event that's coming up. But first, before we get into that, tell them who you are and who you're with, okay?
My name is Desiree, and I am with Hometown Christmas Village.
I'm Tiffany Whited. I'm with Little Sunshine's Academy and Hometown Christmas Village.
Okay, and Hometown Christmas Village is taking place when and where?
November the 15th from 4 to 7 and November the 16th from 9 to 4.
Okay, so you're doing a Friday and Saturday, is that what? Okay.
This year it's 2 days. Last year it was just one, but everybody wanted more, so we expanded.
Okay, and you're at the Ag Center. Is it all inside or is some of it outside?
There are inside vendors and outside vendors, as well as like food trucks, everything.
Okay, so it's going to be a pretty large event.
Yes, sir. Last year they had over 300 visitors last year, and so this year it's even larger.
That's wonderful. I understand that you are also giving some support to the Santa Shoppers program. Is that right?
Yes, sir. This year we have chosen them to be our charity. Last year we had chose G. Michaela with Jude's Hallelujah Story. So this year we have chosen Santa Shoppers. Miss April Brooks, when she started this, she wanted something that was going to reach the entire community and help the community and just bring us all together. So she wanted to make sure that we stayed local with our charities.
Okay, so you got the one key charity that you're donating to for the event this year. Okay, when I walk into Christmas Village, when I round that curve by that little building and come up to the Ag Center there, what am I going to see?
Miss April, when she does stuff, she goes bigger, she goes home. So you will see a plethora of signs. You'll see a ton of food vendors outside. There's going to be bounce houses for the kids. There's going to be a trackless train ride for the kids. We're going to have so many good things going on outside for the kids and the adults alike. We're going to have several outdoor vendors that have chosen to be outside. We've got a pottery demo going on, laser woodworking. We have so many new things this year with I want to say over 60 vendors right now, and we're growing.
Okay, and you got the room to grow there.
Yes, sir, we certainly do.
That's a big enough place to do that. So you mentioned the outside. Is there much difference between who's inside and outside?
It's a preference for the people, really. Last year, a lot of them loved the outdoors. Some of them wanted the inside. So it's really just preference for the vendors.
Okay. And is it craft-based or is it could be anything?
At Hometown Christmas Village, we range from homemade good stuff to people are going to be there selling like Plexus and Tupperware. But we have a lot of vendors that are original there. A lot of them are.
Okay, well, and in my mind, when I hear Hometown Christmas Village, I'm thinking of maybe Christmas decorations too and things
Absolutely, yes. We had several vendors out there last year. We had about 4 vendors that were selling a lot of good Christmas stuff, crosses with lights, stars, stuff like that. Yes, it was awesome.
All right, well, you haven't said as much here lately, so we're going to let you. I'm glad you guys came by. Tell them again where it is, what time it is, and how you'd like them to come.
It is at the Ag Center here in Carthage, and it is November the 15th from 4 to 7 and November the 16th from 9 to 4.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming by. Thank you. Well, you know, it's a privilege to have some folks come visit sometimes, and we've worked with you guys with some of our own children, but these folks out here may not know who you are and who you're with. So if you would, introduce yourselves and let them know who you're with.
All right. My name is India Dial, and I'm with LBJC Head Start.
I'm Kayla Givens, and I'm with the Smith County Head Start Family Engagement.
Okay, and a lot of people don't know that that's Livingston, Byrdstown, Jamestown, and Salina.
Cookeville.
Cookeville. Not Salina. Okay,
Correct,
I always thought it was
correct.
Salina. You corrected
Cookeville.
And that basically is an organization that was formed to try and give children a leg up before they started school, right?
A Head Start.
Yeah, a head start.
There you go.
Well, tell us what you come to talk about today.
Well, we wanted to come and talk about our open house. We do it every year, and it's going to be October the 16th, which is next Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. We're going to have a lot of booth setups with some free resources. We're going to have some food that we've had donated from some of the community, and we're welcome everybody to come check out the Head Start. If you've ever been afraid to come in, just stop by.
Okay, and maybe people don't know, where is Head Start? We need to tell them that. Where's that at?
It is located next to your local health department in South Carthage at 201 Joy Alford Way.
Okay, and a lot of folks may not realize, we alluded to what Head Start is, but what age children do you accept in the program?
We accept 3 to 5-year-old children.
Okay, 3 to 5, and they have to apply. Parents have to apply for them to be able to get into Head Start. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and there are other, I guess you'd call it preschool programs around here in the county, and this is one that's actually sanctioned by the state and the federal government and funded with those funds, right?
Correct. With LBJC Head Start, we actually have 21 Head Start centers within the Upper Cumberland, and one of my favorite ones, I say, is our Smith County Head Start, and they actually have an enrollment size of 48. So we're able to supply educational resources and parent-family engagement to 48 kids and their families.
Yeah, and the times I've been in there, we have leadership here in Smith County, and you guys are gracious enough sometimes to let a leadership group come through and tour the facility. And everybody that comes by or goes through the program, they talk about how Head Start, how much they really enjoy being there. It's like a cuteness overload. All these little kids running around, and they're all so happy. And I'm sure you have them cry sometimes, but we've never seen that, you know. So it's a wonderful program then. All right, well, ladies, thank you for coming by. Is there anything else we need to cover?
I think that's good.
Okay, well,
We are always enrolling, so please come by and do an application.
so if you have a child that's hitting that 3-year mark, it'd be a good time to come by and talk to you guys.
As long as they turn 3 years old after August the 15th.
August the 15th.
August
Okay.
the 15th.
Okay, yeah, I know one of mine, he hit that window and had to wait a year. So I know what you're talking about. Well, ladies, thank you for coming by. It's been a pleasure to talk with you.
Appreciate it.
Well, it's always good to talk with our hosts, and we're here at the Carthage Pavilion, and Miss Judy is I guess, is your job or your title director?
Executive director, Bill.
Executive
They've moved me
oh,
up
yeah.
a little bit.
All right,
Executive director.
I got that executive put on mine. I'm not sure what it means.
Me either.
But anyway, so you're the executive director here, and before I get any further, introduce yourself, okay?
I'm Judy Mofield. I'm the executive director here at the Pavilion Senior Living in Carthage. Been here since we opened in 2015. And then I'm going to let our clinical director introduce herself.
I'm Misty Newberry, the clinical director here at the Carthage Pavilion Senior Living.
Okay, now there's a lot of things that go on here at the pavilion, and when you and I first met, you were actually building this place, so things have come a long ways since then. So why don't you just kind of run down, if you don't care, the general concept of the pavilion here?
Okay, things have come a long way since we first got started, Bill, and the chamber helped us a lot along with the community. Still do. I mean, we're blessed in this community. We are assisted living and memory care. We've also got an assisted living and memory care in Lebanon. We have a skilled community in Lebanon as well. And we also recently purchased a assisted living and memory care in Smyrna. So we're growing as the pavilion. We are powered by L4, which is our management team. And that stands for What Are You Living For? And we want to continue to give people a purpose just because they come into assisted living and memory care. We want them to be relaxed and continue to enjoy themselves and maybe even further things that they're doing or do things different other than if they were just sitting at home alone. Now they have a community of people that they can share things with. We go different places. We have different people that come into the community and perform. We have lots of different activities that go on. So it's not that there is no boredom here. We want to keep them busy, and we want them to continue to further their life and enjoy the place that they're at. It may be a different season for them, but we want them to enjoy that season that they're in.
Okay, well, now I know you had a question that you wanted to ask your clinical director here, and I think it would be best for you to ask the question because you know kind of what road we're going down. So why don't you ask that question, and I'm going to hand her this mic and let her answer.
Okay, so Misty has been with us since March. She came from skilled care, and it's been a wonderful transition. We are so glad to have her. But I thought it might be great if she talked a little bit about the difference in a skilled and long-term versus assisted living and memory care. For instance, Misty, can you tell us the differences that you've seen in assisted living and memory care versus being in skilled and long-term? Because a lot of times people just don't know.
So there's actually a huge difference in that. In the assisted living memory care setting, it mimics the home life of that resident more than in a skilled care. They are assisted with meals, activities of daily living, light housekeeping duties. They can have some medication management, all around just kind of the extra hands that they may need for whatever assistance. They are still involved in a lot of daily activities. Like you mentioned, going on outings. They're very involved in all of those things daily. The difference in the assisted living and skilled care, when you go to skilled care or long-term care, the skilled care needs more assistance. It's more clinical based, more all medication management. In the assisted living, residents can still manage their medications and do anything to their capability. In the skilled setting, they have more medical oversight and usually more of a facility based lifestyle daily.
Okay. Well, now, when you're talking about the memory care, those populations are separated, I guess, and there's a little more security and it's a little less, what am I saying, less freedom than with the other residents, right?
A little, yes, sir. With the memory care, they are on a secure unit on the assisted living. They do have the freedom to kind of enter and exit the building as they choose. It is the same building. It's just kind of split into two sections.
Okay. Well, now, Judy, the facility itself, I know it's kind of hard to put into words, but kind of describe the facility here because you have a beautiful facility here and it's so well cared for. Why don't you kind of just walk through the building a little bit and tell people what it is?
Well, we are a 45-bed community. Assisted living and memory care is what that includes. We are the old general hospital. It's what we were built in. Everything on the outside is the same except for refurbished because we wanted to keep the history of the hospital because it was built by the Rutherfords and that's very important to our community. And then we gutted the inside and made the apartments. So everything, including memory care, is going to be either a studio apartment or a one-bedroom apartment. So they have their little kitchenettes and they also have their bathrooms and they have their if they have a studio, it's an open area for their living and sleeping area. And if they have a one bedroom, they have a separate bedroom for their living and sleeping area. And they usually get to choose, but it's depending on what's open at the time. But when we opened up, they all kind of got to choose their apartments and which ones they wanted. Memory care is the only one that we do have shared apartments. We have 3 rooms in memory care that are shared. And sometimes when you see residents with dementia and Alzheimer's, sometimes they do better if they have a roommate. Because there's that fear factor there and they feel better if somebody's in the room with them. And it's also more cost effective.
Okay, and when you look around the building, you've got a large cafeteria here. Do you prepare all the meals in-house?
All the meals are prepared in-house. We have 3 meals a day plus snacks, but all the meals are prepared in-house by our dietary manager and her staff. Everything is pretty much homemade. She's great at the desserts. Everybody loves the desserts that she comes up with. And she tries to come up with something different every month. And we've gone back to where we have a little food bar for them every month. And residents seem to really enjoy that.
Okay. Now, at one time, you had some openings. Do you have a wait list now, or what's the situation with that?
We do have a wait list on memory care right at the moment. We do not have a wait list on assisted living at the moment, but the way that we've seen it work lately is it's almost as soon as we get an opening, we have 1 or 2 calls that somebody needs in that room. So we always do suggest that if you think you've got a loved one that's going to need assisted living or memory care, you need to come on and take a tour, let us sit down, talk to you, explain how it works, and go ahead and get your name on that list. Even if you think it may be a year out, that way your name is already in the system. That way we can already start working with paperwork, with getting the physicians to do what they need to do, because sometimes that's what takes the longest. And then you're already one foot ahead of the game when it comes to getting your loved one somewhere.
Okay, and just so my mind's clear on this, in my mind, I'm seeing people come here and they decide that this is where they want to live, and they move in here on their own. It's not necessarily because there's some kind of problem or anything going on.
No, most of the time they make a decision to come on their own. And we're seeing that more and more, especially in assisted living. We're getting people that come because they want that community vibe. They don't want to be home by themselves. Most of them, their children work and they have other lives too. So they want to be where they can spend time with people their own age. They can be doing things themselves, going places with people that like the same things they like and want to do the same things that they like to do. I mean, we have a lot of game days here. We take trips here. In the summer, especially, we go out to different places. We've been to Harmony Lane. At one time, they went to Gatlinburg, all the way to Gatlinburg. So it's more helpful to them than to be sitting home alone and watching a TV. So most of the time, they make the choice to come themselves. Memory care is a little bit different. Usually the families have to make that choice because they're to the point they need that extra care. But with assisted living, they usually make that choice themselves.
Okay, and that brings the question of visitation. How does that work?
We are very open to visitation. Visitation is usually 8 to 8, but we tell everyone, if you have a family member that you need to see, if it's after dark, of course, everything is secured, but we have a system, a doorbell system where you can, be let in and the staff will let you in as long as they're familiar with you. Now, if somebody comes and they don't know you for security purposes, they're not going to let you in. But like I said, we're open to that, but visitation is usually 8 to 8.
Okay, and I guess that you're 24-hour,
7
days a week.
7 days a week, yes, sir.
So if somebody's here, they've got somebody to look after them then.
They do.
And my understanding from an earlier conversation that you're from the beautiful city of Hartsville, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you say hello to Jack McCall when you get down there, okay?
I will do it.
All right. Well, ladies, have we covered everything? Is there anything from a clinical side that you'd like to add?
I don't think so at this time.
Okay. All right. Well, ladies, thank you a lot for allowing us to come here to the pavilion, and we'll look forward to coming back again sometime.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the previous interviews that we've done. And I've got a few things that I just kind of go over again, kind of reiterate, and maybe add some stuff to it. On Marina Lane, that's where Defeated Creek Marina is. They're doing a haunted attraction. It's called Nightmare on Marina Lane. It's going from 8 p.m. to 10:30, and it's on multiple dates. It's October the 4th, 5th, October the 11th and 12th, October the 18th and 19th, October the 25th and the 26th, and November the 1st and the 2nd. And that's at 160 Marina Lane in Carthage, Tennessee. And I think you'd really enjoy that. And that's one of the attractions that you can attend, on multiple nights. So I invite you to go up there and see them at Defeated Creek. Tom and Bernadine, they'd be glad to have you up there. Also on October the 19th, we've got the Foster Children Dinner and Auction. And what that is it's a fundraiser for the foster kids that are here in Smith County that are, working with DCS. And these guys, they put on this auction, and it's a fish fry. It starts at 4 o'clock, and they're serving food all the way through until they basically run out, and the auction is at 5 p.m., and they have a lot of good items there. So this is at the Smith County Ag Center on October the 19th, and this folks from DCS help, and a lot of community volunteers help. I believe Mr. Digger Poindexter does the auction, and Miss Helen's Restaurant is doing the chicken and fish, so that's going to be some good food there. So go by there on October the 19th, starting at about 4 o'clock. Then we've got the Defeated Creek Haunted Barn, and that's Friday, October the 11th, Saturday the 12th, Friday the 18th, Saturday the 19th, Friday the 25th, and Saturday the 26th, and Halloween night, December the 31st. And they're doing that from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it says donations are accepted at the entrance. and all the donations benefit the Smith County Humane Society. So if you get a chance, you need to go by there and see those guys. And if you need more information on that, you can contact us at the Smith County Chamber of Commerce, 735-2093. Communities Coming Together Blood Drive. That's happening here November the 4th. And so if you want to come by the chamber and donate blood, that's a good time for you to do that. Rotary is having an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast October the 11th and the 12th. And it's at the Gordonsville ShopRite parking lot. And the donations are $7 per plate. And children in 4 and under, they eat free. Proceeds go to scholarships that are awarded to the seniors at Gordonsville High School and Smith County High School. And they've got free delivery to Carthage. So if you want to pick up a plate and have them delivered, you can do that. And that's a pancake breakfast October 11th and 12th. Then the Carthage Junction Jeep Depot, they have a local Arthur showcase, and that's October the 12th. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and that's at the Carthage Junction over there in South Carthage. I think you'll enjoy that. They have a lot of good art shows over there. Just look for the sign, and you'll be able to tell when they're having an art show, and you can go by there and stop. We already talked about this a little bit, the LBJ&C Head Start Open House, and that's at 201 Joy Alford Way, and that's October the 16th. And it goes from 1 to 5 p.m. So if you would, stop by and see those guys. Then another thing I wanted to, and I've already mentioned the Foster Children's Fish Fry, and you can get information about that at the chamber. Also, we wanted to talk to you about William Walton Harvest Festival. It was scheduled to be on September the 28th, but we had to move it because of Hurricane Helene to October the 26th. It starts at 10 a.m. and all the festivities are going to go on. We had some folks that couldn't come back on that date, but we had some folks that could because we did change the date. We're going to have local music. We're going to have craft vendors, pioneer demonstrations. We're going to have a kids area up for the kids to play, historical displays. We're going to have an authentic costume contest. We're going to have folks dressed in a period costume for the 1790s era. There's a cakewalk. Beta Sigma Phi does that, and all the money from proceeds from the cakewalk go to local charities, and they do that each year. This year we're having a pie eating contest. Folks out at Saveway are going to donate some cherry pies, and we're going to have a pie eating contest. So if you want to get in on that, and of course the proceeds for that goes to charity. The DTC Minuteman Call. If you want to win some money, all you got to do is be there, have your phone, and put your number in the rotating drum, and we're going to draw those out, and we're going to give away money all day. And that's DeKalb Telephone it's DTC Communications now. They're the ones that are sponsoring that and giving the money. We also have the Harvest Queen pageant. Have some of the local and surrounding area young ladies come and they perform and they have the Harvest Queen pageant, and they've been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years. And we really appreciate the folks that put that on. Jerry Lynn Vaden Malone is the one that's actually heading it up this year, and she does a great job. So we hope you can come by to do that. I also want to mention our sponsors, Near Star, Smith County Bank, the Carthage Pavilion, which we're sitting in their facility right now, Wilson Bank and Trust, Upper Cumberland Electric Membership Corporation, Citizens Bank, DTC, of course, Bank Tennessee, Better Letter Printing, High Point Health, which is the Riverview Regional Hospital up on the hill there, and of course the Tennessee Arts Commission. We appreciate all these folks helping sponsor the William Walton Harvest Festival. We couldn't put this on without them. And I'd like to mention that this is the 225th anniversary of Smith County. And so it's kind of a special day, and we're going to have the mayor there, and he's going to do the opening remarks. We also have a dedication ceremony down at the Walton Graves. Our founder, Mr. William Walton, him and Sarah are interred down there at that grave site, and we go down and have a dedication ceremony. Daughters of the American Revolution, the DAR chapter does that. And we're going to have Sons of the American Revolution be in a booth there at the festival this time. So we hope you get a chance to come out and visit us at William Walton Harvest Festival. And so I guess that's it for the month of October. One last thing I would like to mention, we have put out a Experience Smith County magazine, and I can't go through the magazine, it'd be too much, but there's a lot of good articles and things about Smith County in this magazine. It has a lot of QR codes where you can go and get in depth on history and different things like that. It's a magazine made for tourists, but if you're a local and you're interested in what happens locally and some of the things that's happened in the past, this would be a good magazine for you to come by and pick up. So if you'd like to have a copy of this magazine, just come by the Smith County Chamber of Commerce, and we'd be happy to present you with one of them. We're putting them in all the welcome centers in the state, and we'd appreciate it, the people that have advertised in here, if you would go ahead and go by there and tell them you appreciate them supporting the magazine and supporting the efforts of all the other charities and things that go on in the Smith County. So, folks, appreciate you being here, watching the program. Come by and get a magazine, and until next time, may God bless you, and we'll see you.